Oh my God. Are you guys here? Are you ready? Can you see me? What the hell is going on? Wait a minute. Wait a minute without me in it. My glass sliding door. It's really quiet. You hear? You don't hear because you don't hear. Because it's very quiet. My glass sliding door. Who's lying, people, about the car being towed? Listen, this is a really weird thing, right? It's really, really weird how, we hear different stories right now from all over the place, all these different versions of something that, well, it has a source. I know the source. But the question is, who knows what and what actually happened? I gotta get situated with my coffee and everything, because this is gonna be good. Yeah, I don't care about the bystander talk, really, but it's just interesting what I've seen earlier. One of you has sent to me from the Drunk Turkey show, because somebody says, DT, that's Mariska, by the way, who loves Janie. Did you see that Charmaine said Daniel's car, and of course the spelling is off? Like, come on, man. Daniel is not that hard to spell. Clapton, you can always tell who they are by what they watch. You know what I mean? You already know they don't have an eye for detail. And if they saw detail, they probably missed the detail, and they only pay attention to, whatever they want to see, whatever they want to hear. They're confused. And their whole life is a whole lot of confusion. And so whoever gets to them first got them. And she was on my channel before, but again, to the people who don't get it, my channel is extremely boring. You know what I mean? And I get inspired when I watch A Balance, by the way. I was about to listen to him, and I listened to him, but I didn't listen all the way, because the moment that I hear him, I feel like, oh my God, I'm ready. I need to talk right now. Because this is going to my mind, through my mind all day long. And I cannot run away from it anymore, because whenever I do want to run away from it, I get an email or a message, and it just really, really captures me. And I say, oh shit, let me go immediately. And thank God I have great people around me who help me verify things all the time. So Drunk Turkey Show says, yeah, that happened yesterday after he got pulled over and had an expired license. Really? Not related to the case. Really? You mean for years they were driving? He was driving without a license. They didn't have insurance either, right? So for years, all these people have been driving without insurance. And I don't know, how much is insurance in Canada? Just give me, you really think this has nothing to do with the case? All of a sudden, this dude gets pulled over. All of a sudden, out of, hey man, it's just a coincidence. I don't like coincidences because I don't believe in them. Free fluffy, yes. Hey, hey Balance, welcome to my show. Thank you for coming. 1,500 a year. Yeah, that's an extra 100 that Daniel cannot put up his nose. That's so... Oh, allegedly. Sorry, because I got reported for privacy violation. Yeah, that's why now, after I'm done with my videos, I will just put them into my members section. Fuck it. Because this is a little bit too much, man. This is absolutely insane how, they want to silence me. They want me to go away. But what am I doing? All I'm doing is, I could put up a show and just talk a lot of shit about a lot of things. But the thing is, that wouldn't interest me, right? That would not be I would not be able to force myself to do what I'm doing unless I see something, and that's the second nature kind of thing. The moment something hits me, oh my God, I'm on it, dudes. I can't run away from it. But what I find interesting, the interesting thing is always, this is from Malea's brother. We remember this one. Okay. The interesting thing to me, listen, guys, it's not whether or not somebody is lying, but detecting the pattern of lying. That's what's really important for me, because we realize, for example, Daniel says, I asked for the cadaver dogs in the beginning, right? Well, he also asked for the drug test in the beginning. So we need to recognize Daniel will ask or volunteer even though he isn't sure. Right? Of course, in Canada, they do it with urine, right? Not with the hair samples. I don't know if he was 3 days clean, but no, he's a very preemptive kind of dude. He wouldn't have known if he was going to stay clean until, and these tests, they need to be taken, by the way, the drug tests need to be taken by surprise. You cannot say, hey, next Thursday we're going to do it. So then they know, we need to know. We got to be like, hey, dude, that tell them nothing. But this is very similar to what Janie one time said. Remember, she was asked about a 5-speed. She said something really short, like no car or something. No, what was it exactly that Janie said? Yeah, he admitted to it, exactly. Now he has admitted, yeah, in the beginning it was a different thing. Oh yeah, he admitted to it in the beginning, right? Absolutely. This is all cosmetic with Daniel. Everything that he's doing is very cosmetic, guys. Daniel is just preemptively volunteering in order for, at least that's what he's telling us. He's telling that to the public. He wants to give the impression that he has nothing to hide. And this is, of course, not reliable. Because first of all, he's using plural. My car was not towed. That would be reliable. No cars were towed. Really? And make no mistake about it, guys. When you use a plural, when we're talking about a singular, that makes it unreliable. It makes it a very general thing. And yes, technically speaking, no cars were towed because there would be only one, right? So this sounds like I'm nitpicking, and I've been nitpicking with a couple of you for a couple of hours because I need to look at these exact details. I need to know exactly what the person is telling me. Let me make sure that what I'm about to show you will not dox anybody. I got to be really, really clear about this. What am I saying here? Got to make really, really clear that. Yeah, Lakadam. I'm so unprepared. Okay. There are so many statements I've been getting from Daniel here and there. And I just pick out the ones that I really want to get to. And I'm going back to Janie and Free Fluffy people. Yeah, Free Fluffy is my light is so off, dude. But back there, I got it. I got plaids back up there. I got so and free fluffy. Why not? You know, it's a terrible case, guys. And what's terrible about it is that, yeah, I don't think anything will come out of it. Just because Daniel is, freaking out about the cadaver dog search doesn't mean that they actually take it seriously. It doesn't mean they're going to really, really, really get into it. He got pulled over, Jess? Where was that? Because from what I understand, it was at 1407 Lansdowne. What tow company? I don't know. He may have been driving when he got pulled over. How do we know? It has nothing to do with the kids. Okay, so the car was towed when he got pulled over? Is that what it is? I was told he has no insurance either. Give me a second. Got it. So he was driving around, right? Give me a second. Let's go back there. I'm going to do this step by step with you. Here we go. Here's the whole question that was asked. Heard a car was towed from 1407. Wonder if it was a loud car. And Daniel said, no car was towed. So he was towed, right? That's it, Charmaine. I mean, that's what I'm wondering as well. Because why would he lie about something that you can easily, right? But I checked on the Drunk Turkey live chat that you sent me, that one of you sent me, not you, but one of you sent me the screenshot. And on the Drunk Turkey show, he says that Daniel was pulled over, right? So who is lying? Is Daniel lying? Is Drunk Turkey lying? I mean, which is it? Yeah, he said it's not related to the dogs. But come on, man. These guys have been driving without insurance. Did Daniel ever have insurance? Did Daniel ever volunteer to pay $1,500 a year that he could have used so wisely in other ways? You know what I mean? Daniel has other plans for the money, man. So I don't think that he is the kind of guy. The truck was towed on Friday. Which truck? Yeah, okay. Drunk Turkey does not have a history of being dishonest. He is reporting what he hears from Daniel and or Janie. Right. I mean, somebody told somebody something, you know. And I think that, look, we are so used to detecting lies. And after we detect the lies, we forget about them. It's just one of those things. Same by the, it's just like, okay, you get desensitized, people. We get desensitized when somebody lies to us all the freaking time. And I know people like that in real life. I know a couple of people, friends of friends, who lie all the time. They lie even if there is no benefit in lying. It's really a habitual thing. And when you have a certain lifestyle like Daniel had, lies come along with it. You always got to kind of hide what you're doing, and you're kind of dishonest. Yeah, exactly. And you mean all of a sudden, he gets pulled over. All of a sudden, after what, years with no license? Or, well, I don't know when it was expired. I don't know if he ever had one. I don't know. But from what I have heard, insurance, he hasn't had insurance for quite some time, if he ever had it. So what is all I'm going to say is, wow, Daniel has some bad luck. Pulled over and towed at the same time the public finds out about the cadaver dog searching the property. Dude should just stay home. Not funny, but yeah, it is funny. Wow. That's some coincidence. You know what I mean? I don't believe in coincidences. Well, there is a source for that rumor that I'm not going to reveal. There's a source that goes beyond Charmaine. There is a source. She heard it somewhere. And there are people who I do not really, I do not doubt. And as always, I have to be, the source is connected to Daniel at least. I know that much. Did he ever have a license? Where's Grandel? I don't see him. I don't believe in coincidences, people. I really don't. Sometimes there are like weird synchronicities happening. But because when you have a certain pattern, a certain energy that comes with it, you sort of do attract the same types of scenarios into your life, right? Absolutely, Charmaine. Thank you. If Drunk Turkey said his car was towed, he heard it from Daniel. Absolutely. You got it, Charmaine. Thank you for clarification. So Drunk Turkey show. Laurie, who's here? Laurie McNutt. What is his source? Thank you, Jess. Welcome. And thank you for the information. The free flow of information that we can all enjoy here. Because it's important for us to do that, to be able to ask the questions right now, right here. So when I don't have anything to talk about, as it is, hi Laurie, as it is the case right now, if I have a question from now on, I'm going to go online immediately. Because I want to know, So I kind of had a bunch of stuff planned anyways. Oh yeah, about who's lying, Daniel or Janie, when it comes to Malaya's belongings. That's what I was going to get at. But I enjoy much more reading what you guys are writing and reacting to it, actually. The law of attraction, yeah, it kind of is, right? I mean, there's a difference between how it is generalized, the law of attraction, but there is a lot to it. Okay, the conversation will continue to go on. And it seems a lot of the channels out there are taking sides. I don't take sides, guys. Don't you understand that? I am not taking sides. Every time I want to be cool about things, Daniel and Janie say something that is just so off the rocker, man. It is just holy crap. Every time I think, okay, my approach, I need to reset, Daniel says something that's just, or how he is laughing twice in the last interview. I really want to get back to this interview actually, because I want to let you guys see I stand by what I said. I did not start a rumor. I shared information that was confirmed by Drunk Turkey. I never claimed that the car was towed as a result of the dog search. That's Charmaine. I do not have an agenda. I'm digging for information, and I know that about Charmaine, by the way. Share very little of what I hear because it's unverified. Absolutely. So when I realize somebody's intention is to find out what happened with Jack and Lilly, then that immediately takes away my inhibition, if you will. And that's why intention is a big part of pleds, of my analysis. At all time, intentions is what I want to get to. So there's a big difference when somebody emails me, and asks me what I think about the claim that the kids are on the reservation, and somebody writes, they're on the reservation, right? You see, that's agenda detection, intention detection, when people try to mislead you. So I want to make this very, very clear that I believe Charmaine. Now, so far, she has not never lied to me. And if she made a mistake somewhere here and there, it wasn't intentional. You know what I mean? But my question is, does Drunk Turkey want to reveal how he got the information, right? The information to give us the confirmation. Yeah, that happened yesterday after he got pulled over and had an expired license, not related to the case. Who told you, man? Did Daniel tell you? Was it somebody close to Daniel that told you? I want to know. Because how am I? Hi, Teresa, everybody. Sorry, I'm getting into this immediately. And I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, man. And I'm going to do it the way I want to do it, because that's the only way I know how to do it consistently. So I'm not going to care about how my lighting is. I'm not going to care about these things or my, So I want to know. And from now on, I'm going to nitpick a lot more. Because if you throw something out there, but other people tell me, no, it was towed from the property. No, he got pulled over. Okay, I believe you. But, well, which is it? You know what I mean? It's easy to throw things out there and make a claim. But you see, not related to the case, leave that up to us, boy. Leave that up to me to decide. Don't make decisions for me. Don't make a conclusion for me. You understand what I mean? You can say, I don't think it's related to the case. And I will say, well, you think wrong. Thinking is not your strong side. You cannot tell me that this is a coincidence. All those years, no insurance. All of a sudden, he gets pulled over. And it had nothing to do with the case. Yeah, right. Again, there's a chance. It's one of those weird synchronicities where one thing happens and something happens. Who knows? But the bottom line is, you are not going to be the one who determines what is and what isn't. You know what I mean? Well, maybe people like Mariska who say, Charmaine's tactics are suspicious. What the hell does that mean? That's the kind of people you may attract, right? Okay, but that's not us. So am I supposed to sit there and take your word not only on the license part, but that is not related to the case? We don't do that here, right? I mean, this is worse than watching CNN or whatever other, this is terrible, man. Tactics. Yeah, we don't love you. Hi, Belinda. Belinda says, I believe T is good cop and Sunny is bad cop. Where is the truth? Yeah, I'm just the statement analyst. I'm just it seems kind of like that, right? But where is it going to lead us? So far, it's been leading us to nowhere. It's been leading us down the road of a lot of different topics that have nothing to do with the case. A lot of Durwood, a lot of this, a lot of that. I mean, it's just yeah. That's been going on too long. Way too long. But that's what people want. People want this stuff, right? It's different for me. I cannot get past something like this. I don't move on. No. Let's go back. People always want you to move on, and then they want to argue again, and this and that. Both are lying. My lie versus your lie. I want to know. And if Daniel is so confident to tell us no cars were towed, that'll help us, people, in the future. Belinda, what would you like to see happening here? In general, what can YouTubers do, people on YouTube do? First of all, the constant arguing is really, really detrimental. There is no camp. There is no Daniel camp. There is no any camp. Let me go back to one thing here, because I don't want this to be too wait, I gotta listen to a message here. I let you listen. I want to hear Daniel again from yesterday, because there are other things that I've noticed that he said. While reading the chat. And it's getting worse, guys. It's gonna get more, it's gonna get worse and worse and worse with the side taking, with the camps arguing with each other. Remember Sebastian Rogers? It was the same shit, the exact same thing. And Dolly Vision took Chris Proudfoot's side and tried to tell everybody we have no right to suspect the Proudfoots. And it all makes sense. Their story about Sebastian running away in the middle of the night with no shoes. So whenever these arguments or these time-wasting sessions begin, Look for the source. Look who starts it. Look at the people that while they could be informing people are doing the exact opposite. And yes, I'm looking for that Daniel interview. I'm not preparing, guys, because if all these channels out there keep it so vague and just throw things out there, I'm going to get into these things. That's more important for me to say, listen, if somebody's lying, if something is hidden, if there's confusion, maybe the author of confusion is somebody who doesn't want us to know what really happened. And I'm not necessarily saying that these people are on Daniel's side, but they are using everybody that they can get to make, to attract people to watch them. They want to stir up these arguments. What Lilly had in her backpack, well, the backpack was taken by Daniel, guys. Daniel removed it alongside, in my opinion. And the worry was, are they going to keep the boots on? Are they going to keep everything on? Or is it going to, if the kids are in the water, is anything going to come to shore? I believe these kinds of thoughts he's leaking all the time in his own statements. It's a huge, absolutely huge thing. I was hoping the pressure would have made the truth come out, but now channels, instead of searching, are trying to outdo each other. And yeah, I mean, that's exactly what's happening. I am doing what I've always been doing, and that's why now I want to know who is lying. And who is lying about this? Let's look at another thing again. I think the lying patterns of Daniel and his mother are really, really similar, right? All the clothing, there's no clothing from Malaya. Malaya left all her belongings at the house. Which belongings? And remember this one. Right here. I have everything the kids own and all Malaya's belongings as well. Nothing except 2 of my shirts she stole. Now that was him. He stopped talking like that, of course, very soon when he realized how it backfired. But why is he mentioning 2 shirts? You see, that is highly sensitive, guys, that he mentions the 2 shirts. And later we hear about the 2 shirts. And where are 2 shirts found? 2 clothing items? Was that his way of trying to communicate to Malaya? I believe that's exactly why he talked to Charmaine in the beginning. And let's remember, Charmaine was the one who got him to talk. Before, there was zero. There was only Durwood. Durwood was the one who came on the scene and volunteered to talk on Daniel's behalf, may I add. So Durwood was really Daniel by proxy. You know what I mean? And then Daniel came on the scene. She was the one who got him to open up, got him to warm up. And he threw in anything. I mean, remember, that's why he said sadness turned to anger. He was sad first, guys, that Malaya left, and then he was angry. How the hell is she leaving me? And now he doesn't look that good. He had a few high points whenever he thought, okay, I beat the polygraph. Okay, now everything's going to be all right. But now It's Groundhog Day, baby. It's Groundhog Day. This interview I saw with him, you know what I mean? That's really Groundhog Day. I think who made this compilation of the Janie interview on Drunk Turkey? Was it Ninchi or who was that? Somebody compiled the audio without Drunk Turkey, his interruptions. I want to find that one. I mean, unless you guys are really not in the mood to listen to Janie right now. A Balance talked about them. Okay, I guess.
ไม่โอวัลตินซอฟต์พาวเวอร์
Or should I listen to what Drunk Turkey had on Janie? Guys, I don't know. I just need some new statements that I can get more into. She did? What did she do? She compiled it? Ninchi, yeah. I think it's Ninchi that I had in mind.
Calling cadaver dogs to search for his two missing. The phone is connected to a satellite, meaning, in other words, according to that Hidden in the Fog channel, who claims to have been talking to Daniel behind the scenes, the buying coffee, it is great. There's
a new Hidden in the Fog one too, right? That compiled something. I will look at it right now. I saw that earlier. Michelle After Dark, Hidden in the Fog, Cadaver Dog Searches, Martel. Oh, here we go.
Obviously.
So I don't know if I want to listen to Janie's. I don't know if there's anything important or interesting.
Other creators have taken that video.
There, so they held up they like 15 feet from the road. Maybe not even. Yeah, a little more than 15 feet.
Oh, Belinda, did you see any blue recycling bags in the house when you went there the day of the search or the second day of the search? I'm thinking about this right now because look at this. There's a blue something because one person went there, I would say allegedly for now. Somebody I trust went there to the bridge and found 2 bars of soap and blue recycling bag. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what this is for. I'm looking for leakage, but if I don't find it, I don't want to waste my time either.
This is the left-hand side of the pipeline. Blueprint was actually found right up there. You see the ATV trail? That's the access trail they use for the pipeline.
The road is called the Lansdowne
Hey,
Road.
Grenda.
This is the road coming off the 289. This is going towards my...
I think she decided to try to soften her voice a little bit.
My brother's place. Okay, on your left-hand side here is the pipeline. This is where the footprint was supposed to be found, or found.
Keep it straight. She's correcting herself. Supposed to be found, was found. Yeah. You see, before she questions everything, and now she's a little more careful because if police says it, you may not want to contradict them, Janie.
It's kind of growing up a little bit. They probably didn't trim it this year because of the band that we had. But this here is an ATV track where the pipeline people use and where the RCMP would have used their ATVs to go up to look for.
How about you?
Jack and Lily. The right side. This here is the pipeline that would be in back of my place. And if you can see that bare spot, that is the train tracks. Now, this is the tree. This is an old road. This is the tree where the blanket was found, right here where the ribbons are.
Okay. Well, I believe you. I believe this part of what you're saying. And it would be Lansdowne Road. So the cops made a big mistake in the documents. And we checked the coordinates and lined them up with what actually was heard on the police scanner. So when the police document said it was Lansdowne Station Road, no, it wasn't, man. You don't need the timeline confirmed. I remember very well, Charmaine. I remember, trust me. When I'm interested in something, my memory goes from 0 to photographic in a heartbeat. There's a reason when I'm not interested. And I detain absolutely nothing. I retain absolutely not a thing when I'm not interested. So that's why sometimes I'm wondering, hi Maxine, I'm sometimes wondering, when people listen to, well, how do you do it? You know what I mean? Because I immediately want to know. I don't, I don't like maybes in my life. So for me, this is always a big deal. Okay, so the police document was complete horse crap, right? For lack of a better term. They didn't even bother getting the street name right. And there were mistakes, grammatical and spelling mistakes. So are they not taking it seriously or what? Didn't they say the person, English was not his native language of the person who prepared it? It was French. So why wouldn't they get somebody who's proficient at English to be the one that's writing the document? I mean, what the hell is going on here? So anyhow, anywho, any what, anywhere, any. I mean, they're taking it lightly. That's how it looks to me.
Now, if you can look from the ground here to here is where the blanket was found.
Okay.
On that branch right there.
By the way, now I want to ask you guys something. The first question, what do you think about the blanket? Please comment in the chat, either planted or not planted. And it's important for me to see what you guys think about it. Was the blanket planted or not planted? There are no wrong answers here. What do you think? Wow. Holy crap. Because that's what I watched on A Balance's Planted. Holy crap. Okay. Okay, house music, all right. And one thing I'm very happy about here is that everybody is able to convey their own thoughts. There are no wrong thoughts, guys. Sometimes we think the wrong thing, and it's a journey where we get better at what we do. The only thing I have a problem with, if when somebody brings, that's your thoughts are welcome. All your thoughts. I want to make this very, very clear. There's no agenda here. And I love it when people are free to state exactly what they think and not worried about being outnumbered in their view. Well, the blanket in the window doesn't look like it was the same type of blanket, right? But they said that the other piece of the blanket that we saw, it was pink and white, striped. That's what we saw in the tree, right? That wouldn't be the same blanket that we saw in the window that day. Not the same one. Because that one was only pink or red or pink. I think it was pink. I didn't see the bus driver footage either. Grandel, if you get it, can you send it to me? And again, somebody claimed that the woman on the ATV was his wife, the bus driver's wife, that Janie talked to, spent 2 hours with, that she couldn't call Malaya back. When Malaya called her, why the hell wouldn't you answer the phone? What if Malaya said, hey, the kids came back. You don't have to search anymore. You see, that avoidance also indicates knowledge of what actually happened. That's how we can tell. These little things are often the things that break a case. So if the police work, if they were really serious here, they would immediately say, okay, interrogate her. But by interrogation, I don't mean, well, it's maybe the wrong word, interview her. Ask Janie to clarify things. Who were you? Why didn't you answer Malaya's call? Well, I got it from one person, Charmaine. I will send you the info later. And his property in private, I will send, and you tell me what you think. Because right now I'm more interested in what you guys actually bring forward, because I am not going to listen to channels where there's a bunch of waffling around and I have to get to it. So I appreciate when somebody actually compiles things. When somebody compiles Janie's comments uninterrupted. You see, it would be easier for me, of course. It would be better to have also the questions there. But, I don't want... anyways. People can do what they want. But it's more helpful when I get information from you guys. For her news conference, you recorded yesterday, and you're a great question. Thank you for yes, absolutely, Charmaine, you did that. And Charmaine is staying on the case, and she hasn't changed from day one. You know what I mean? But yeah, I hope we can confirm a few more things. But I also like to, sorry guys, I'm listening. I'm reading some of your. Oh my God, this is a good one. You know what? Just to lighten things up a little bit. Oh God. Oh, I got all your free fluffy images, people. and they are good, and I will use them because I normally don't use thumbnails, right? I haven't been, but if the thumbnails are good, geez, man. So I just want you guys to see what's coming. Janie's got a rake. I think she's softening her voice a little bit. Hey, Cracker Jacks. She's softening. Yeah, she does. She does have a video called All of Janie's Comments. I saw that, and I didn't finish yet with the interview that Drunk Turkey Show conducted because of his interruptions and him trying to tell us, no, it was just not a good match for me. And I like also Adventures Underwater UK because, you know what, even like with Crime and Shame, yeah, when I get the, I hear the interviews and then Sunny interrupts for 5 minutes. I don't need to listen to all of that, you know, and more than anything, I don't need you guys to be sidetracked by that and listen to it. And I like to be to the point and get through it. So I appreciate whenever somebody does something that I can use, because really all I need are the statements, people. The statements tell us exactly what we need. I don't need Durwood. I don't need any of them. I need Janie, Malaya, and Daniel because I believe that they were there and they know exactly what happened. And Logan's comments, of course, revealed to me what she knows about the history in the house, right? There was a lot of leakage there. I like that too. You know, if Justin, Ron, and Earl were to talk, but I heard it was actually Earl they tried to bribe with the beer, but Earl wouldn't speak, you know? So, Robin Edwards, you can say whatever you want here. And Charmaine knows how I am. That, you know, anything, you know, there's nothing you're saying that I'm not saying. Sunny is not for everyone, yeah. Well, you know, and that's not an attack. I'm not being unkind. I'm just telling you guys how I also, how I feel when I watch somebody, you know? Because when I get to the point where it's like, oh, God, then I'm going to shut off. I rather miss something and get to it later because thankfully I have so many of you around me who bring to my attention what is important. And that is absolutely priceless, guys. So I hope that YouTube will understand that the people reporting me are doing so maliciously and that there's no base for that, right? So I can continue doing what I'm doing. Because I think that, I mean, this is an extension of myself. This is an extension of the thoughts that I've been having about cases in general. Started with Sebastian Rogers. And one day I just started to do the Peter Hyatt thing on my whiteboard. And I realized that there is a need to get into detail, not overlook anything. Body language, choice of words, I notice a lot. Some things are irrelevant, but who knows? Who knows is right. And Chelsea knows it about me too. Where I say, I don't need a statement. And then I say, okay, send me the statement. You never know. A lot. I like it. You see, I always pay attention to these little details, man. And then people will, oh, you think too much. Thank God nobody here says you think too much. Yeah, 10 minutes. Exactly. They are when both Daniel and Janie agree on a timeline with complete accuracy. Then we have to look at their pattern. Are these people very accurate in general? And we notice they are very inaccurate about other things. So this is also going against their pattern. They're being too accurate in certain timelines that they agree with, guys. Charmaine should focus on her channel more, but I know how busy she is. Yeah, I agree. We need more people like A Balance and people who, we need more people who keep it real, guys, who are not afraid to say, who don't let other people from that Facebook group shut them down, because that's what they want. They want to get us to, ignore whenever they comment badly, these fake accounts, when they attack somebody. That's when I say, okay, let me see whom they are attacking. Let me see what the statement was. It's also a form of avoidance, people. It's a form of avoidance when you spend too much time attacking somebody, because then what's being avoided is what that person is actually talking about. They don't want it to be revealed. And just to make it very clear, even though this is primarily about statement analysis, everything goes beyond the statements. But statements are the most reliable thing that we have, guys, because I cannot give you specific rules about body language, because I'm relearning about body language myself, right? I've talked about it last time a little bit, how Ted Bundy makes a sad face, then he looks straight at the guy to see, how did I do? And I saw that with Daniel when he's doing his fake crying. All of a sudden he looks, am I doing okay? Certain patterns we have to recognize. And we can use them to guide us towards certain people and certain statements. But the statements, to me, are the most reliable thing that we can ever have. And I invite all of you to analyze something yourself. Try, if there's a case like Nicole Kessler or whatever, go for it. Use plaids, apply what you have learned. I would love to see that. And if I think that it's going to be a great training tool and you want to do it on video, I will share it, video or writing. You can always upload it to YouTube. You can have it unlisted and send me the link to the unlisted one. So nobody's going to see it. I can see it first. And what I will do, I will tell you guys with a timestamp what it is that I believe you may have missed and where I may disagree. And I will be open to disagree with you guys, because that's all it is about. There is no need to be right. When I'm wrong, I love to hear about it immediately. I love to be wrong, actually, because I don't love to be wrong. I don't want to be wrong, and I'm not being wrong. But what I mean is, if I'm wrong, then there's something wrong with me or my thinking pattern that I need to correct, right? So there's nothing wrong with being wrong. There's only something wrong with people who defend their wrongs against others, right? Theorists, people who are stuck in one theory and have confirmation bias. That's the only thing when you get to a dead end. And that's what happened when the green hoodie lie was fabricated about, in the case of Sebastian Rogers. Everybody started getting stuck and they're defending. So Janie stated she owned that 2.5 acres. Yeah, I know. I mean, I looked at the proper guys. So if the blanket was planted, who did it? Who planted it? I've heard different versions. And again, everything stated on my channel is my opinion, our opinion only. There have been no arrests. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty, if proven guilty, unless proven guilty. Malaya's family, Grendel says Malaya's family. Who do you think? And you can also, if you're more comfortable, only do the first initial. You can say D or M. It wouldn't be Malaya, but her family. Or MF, Malaya's family. How about MF? D or MF? D for Daniel, allegedly. MF for Malaya's family. Fits pretty well, actually. If you think Mr. Martel or D or MF, who would have been the one? Do I know her theory? Not yet, but she can send it to me. I'll be more than happy. I think. Yeah, Laurie. Well, I don't think the woods thing. I mean, Janie was like, they're not in the woods. How can they go there? Is that what you're referring to? Okay, most people think D planted it. Haley or MF? Well, Haley is MF, right? Maria's family. Interesting. Very interesting. Unknown party? But you don't think it's... Yeah, in the end, there will be nothing, man. There will be a lot of events for Jack and Lilly, a lot of vigils or a lot of... now they're planning to do this demonstration against trafficking, and they're going to plan to present Jack. And it's really... it's not going anywhere, people. It's not going anywhere. It doesn't look like it. What I think? I need more information. That's what I think. Because I do believe that something happened Thursday night between 8 and 10, and it happened in the house. What did Daniel say? Gee, I need a bigger screen here to get you guys this. Well, my mind is, by the way, my mind is open in all directions. But I do believe 8 to 10 is the timeline, Thursday night. Because they cannot agree on when the children went to bed. And that is huge. And that is also an avoidance of time. Oh, got it, okay. Question is, whose 5-speed? Was it Justin's? Who was it? I said before, I believe the ATV was used that night. So somebody must have gotten it from Earth's property. Well, some keep the pressure on, but others give also meaningless excuses and sidetrack to things that we should not be paying attention to. Right? I mean, that is my problem. That's my problem when you, and you know what? The only thing know for a fact is this case is that there are lies and inconsistencies happening. Then that turns to a speculation. Never mind. Yeah, I know that. I mean, that's shit. My train of thought is gone now. Jesus Christ, what did I do? The most dangerous thing is when you mix truth and lies together. If you tell me blatant lies, it's easy to dismiss them, right? Say, this guy's a liar, right? I mean, when I saw Chris Proudfoot and Dolly Vision, I was like, okay, I don't even have to. But the most dangerous thing is when you mix the truth and the lies. When you give enough truth to where you establish credibility to some level. And then most people, they will say, okay, this guy is credible. This guy is telling us the truth. And then you insert something that's complete wrong, complete nonsense. That's when people get confused. Because then they're not sure. They think, maybe I missed something. Yeah, maybe my thoughts are not right. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I don't understand how to actually well, I cannot comment on things that I don't know, guys. I think they knew immediately. The kids wouldn't have walked all that way. Give me a second. I need more coffee, man. And I'm finally relaxing, getting to the point where I realize how good, how much you guys are used as a marker, you think? But why did Daniel deny it first? That's back to the question that got Charmaine banned from Drunk Turkey, right? Why did Daniel say it's not Lily's blanket? If he planted it, you know what I mean? That's my question. Why didn't he say, yes, that's Lily's blanket? Yes, you're on the right track. Keep looking here. You know what I mean? That is my question. And that's exactly the question that Charmaine asked as well. And that's why I asked you, Chelsea. That's why I asked I want to know what she said. What did she say? At what point did they block her from the channel? Like, what triggered it? What was it that she said? And it was a harmless question. So that person, Maritza, whatever her name is, the person saying, oh, she has an agenda. What the hell are you talking about? Don't let people tell you you have an agenda just because you point out inconsistencies or claiming that I hate Daniel. I actually don't hate him. Aside from what I learn about him through his own statements, if I met him and there was no case, I would think he's probably a pretty likable guy. You know what I mean? And it's hard for me in the beginning to associate him with the things that I am suspecting. But here's the deal. His language, his lies, his deception, his inconsistencies, all of that. I wasn't sure who in the house did what in the beginning. Yeah, a lot of them are also likable and chatty, and I know a balance. I agree with you. So I get some more coffee and I let you listen to the other part. I may re-listen to it when I get back. Give me a second.
Where you see that little gray box? Yeah. That is the railroad tracks.
Huh.
at the 289. That's the main road. Another road there, but it just goes up in the woods. It doesn't go very far. Railroad tracks.
Did I miss anything? Yeah, Daniel was controlling, even to the point of what I wore. I can see that, a balance. I can see that. Yes, I remember that actually. You see, Malaya, Daniel wants us to focus only on the documents, guys. He always says, look at the documents. No, dude. We also saw what Malaya had written to Sunny. Remember that? And that was very different from what they published, from the documents. But remember, they blacked out so much stuff. They blacked out a ton of stuff that probably gotten into more details. And why can he not go to court to see his children? Why? What is being sealed there? Because she would have no right to do that, his ex-wife. If they say, well, I was there when I guess if your children go missing under your watch, I guess that is also something that can be used against you. And let's be reminded, the kids went missing under their watch. No matter what, we need to establish a few baselines here. That's what he said. Well, I thought there was a picture shown to Daniel. To protect Malaya? I don't know. Can't hide. So tell me what you think. Today I want to hear, like I say, I want to hear from you guys a lot more than I have been saying in the past. But we need to establish a few things that we know and are certain about here. And they cannot agree on when the children went to bed on Thursday. Thursday night is crucial. Thursday night, people. Everything points towards Thursday night. Drugs are not bought and sold with bank cards. Items are sold for cash. And cash is... Wow, this chat is moving quickly. I didn't catch this. Unless you delete it. Okay. When he saw the... don't delete your own message. Come on. But tell me in private. I like to... Huh? You paid for a membership and they blocked you still? Wow. Yeah, I looked at the message, Charmaine. There was nothing disrespectful. And we need to release the documents, man. I mean, what can we do to get more information here? I don't think that the CPS documents will ever see the light of day. But whatever in the documents has been blacked out and retracted or redacted. You know what I mean? That's and that's why Daniel always talks about, look at the documents. Don't look at what Malaya told Sunny in the private messages. Don't look at that. He picked on Jack. What does it mean, Malaya? What does it mean Daniel picked on Jack and sometimes on Lilly? How does a grown-up pick on a 4-year-old? Oh, okay. In Canada, it seems a lot more difficult to get anything. The black eyes, all of that stuff, man. That's why. Count how many times Daniel uses the term documents. Count how many times. It's again and again and again. Documents, 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 documents. Look at the documents. Look at the documents. Dude. You mean these pieces of paper that are 3/4 black? No. Partial truth doesn't cut it. Yes and no, he would pick on Jack mostly and sometimes Lilly. Yes, that's what Malaya said. Exactly. A balance. Exactly, that's what Malaya said. How does a 34-year-old pick on? What do you mean? He teased him? He picked on him? What does that mean? He was a curious little boy. Oh, there are some other things I wanted to look at. Crap, I haven't gotten to them yet. I need to black this out because I don't want to dox anybody. Because I'm getting people are sending things to me. And I hope I see it now. You know what? I have to delete a bunch of stuff because he didn't want to go to school. That's what Daniel said. He didn't want to go to school. Well, one thing, okay, and before, and this is Earl's property up north. I got too much stuff here, guys. Ah, shit. Wow. Okay. Again, when Lilly came down to the room, I could hear Jack in the kitchen moving around stuff, like digging. Okay. Here's another statement. Jack's quiet when he's grabbing food or doing things. But let's just say he wasn't getting food or someone wasn't getting him food. What was Jack getting in the kitchen area that he was rustling around? And he talks about Friday morning, but I do believe this is exactly what happened on Thursday night, guys. And I've said it from the beginning. His statements indicate it's possible that Jack was an accident. I think it's possible, you see, because Haley talked about him rustling in the bathroom about Daniel when he was doing rugs, right? And Daniel used rustling also. What happened in the kitchen? Jack was out in the kitchen, I suppose. That's what he said. And that's major leakage, guys. And I do believe there's a good possibility Jack could have gotten into something. the loss of control. Norbeaster, yeah, you know what? When he lost control over Malaya, and that was perfect timing for her, of course, to leave because cops were all over the place. So he couldn't hold her down, take her phone away. And that's why the mix of sadness and anger. And he almost said too much. He already said too much in the private messages to Charmaine. He gave so much away. But if the RCMP isn't paying attention, what good does it do? So it doesn't really matter to me what the, not in the morning, CB. Thursday night, Jack was not there on Friday morning. He was there. This, what he's talking about, what Dan is talking about, Jack's quiet when and he also said it's never a good thing when things are quiet. I believe that's experiential memory from the night before Thursday. Friday morning, both kids were long gone. They were being removed Thursday night or very early hours of Friday morning. That's what I believe. Thursday night. So what he is telling us, you see these statements here about what Jack supposedly did Friday morning, that didn't happen. But what he is leaking makes a ton of sense. Because he's actually saying, but let's just say he wasn't getting food. Or someone wasn't getting him food. Well, I think that's a very common thing in that household. The kids were probably hungry quite a bit, and Malaya didn't want to go out of bed and make him food. Well, that's what he's alleging right here, right? But what was he getting? What was he looking for in the kitchen? And when Janie said he was a curious little boy, I do believe that's also leakage. Because curiosity may be what she wants to allege that was what could have gotten him hurt. Yeah, so why can't you go to court, Daniel, and see your children? Yeah, she was speaking his eulogy. Yeah, that's absolutely true. But what if they don't really want the case to be solved? What if they realize that if the case gets solved, it'll be a huge political scandal because of the CPS? You know? Look at what Belinda talks about, how crappy the trailer was. Daniel even said that Jack had many black eyes. Can you believe that? To call this leakage would be an understatement. He had many black eyes. He had black eyes all that. And this guy, I mean, oh my God, people. Can you believe? But this is who Daniel is. That's how his pattern is. Well, big deal. Jack had many black eyes. Really? Or so what? They didn't have it good with Cody either. That's the way he is. Wait, give me a second. I gotta see your emails here. Because I keep getting them when whenever I'm live, that's when they come. The emails. Haley Ferdinand. Should I listen to this? Let's go for it. Yeah, let's see. Because I figured, why prepare for this when I spend so much time looking at things? Why not do it here.
Outlets made an application to unseal those documents. And so we successfully did. Some of the information is redacted, but there is quite a bit.
What do you mean some of the information? A ton of information is redacted.
There, and the records requests were to request parents' bank records, cell phone information, video surveillance from companies to corroborate information that they had already given police. And so some of the information that we found that stood out for us in these documents was that police collected the toothbrushes from the home, that they found a sock and children's boot prints in the woods. That,
by the way, was it sock ever confirmed to be Lilly's or Jack's? What do we even know about that one? Was it photographed? Has Daniel seen it? Has Malaya seen it? Why are we not hearing about this until now? You know?
they went to lengthy avenues to identify as being the same type of boot Lilly was wearing at the time she went missing. The documents also showed that Malaya and Daniel's polygraph tests were found to have been.
By the way, what day was the boot print found? Was it before or after Janie talked to the woman on the ATV with her child? And what is this child's boot size? All of these are, you see, the questions I'm asking, they may sound like stupid questions. And in most cases, they would be considered stupid questions if you ask them 4 months later. But I've been holding out for so long to get some information, to come, some clarifications here. But they're not coming in. You see, that's the problem here. Nothing confirmed publicly about a sock. Thank you. Okay, I got it. The first day, okay. Do you know around what time, Grandel? Around what time was the boot print found? At what time were the cops at the pipeline? And was it found by the search team or RCMP themselves? Okay, so it would have been on the police scanner, of course. I didn't pay attention to that one. Thank you so much, Sharon. I'm doing what I'm interested in. That's what I'm doing. Gotcha. I will listen to it. Okay, so the rescuers, okay, RCMP don't search. So the RCMP gets, okay, there are two different things I hear. I hear Grandel and I hear Kent. Well, they would have had to call the who found it. That's the question. Thank you, Grandel. 3 more subscribers and you hit 6,000. Yeah, about time. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's because I make it so you have to subscribe in order to talk here in channel, right? Because I don't want any more drive-bys. And yes, you guys can always email me. I hardly reply, guys. I hardly reply. I'm getting many. I sift through them so fast. And all of a sudden, I get stuck. And I say, holy crap, there it is. Hi, Brian Sutherland. I saw you on A Balance before. All of a sudden, I see something that I had missed before. And I zoom in. And that's what gets me going and keeps me going. When I see information that I do not have. And you never know, it's better to send too much. I'm almost done with this particular one. I still have a lot of Janie to go. And I will go back to the video Janie made showing us the area. I think Janie seems very controlled in that video. And by controlled, I mean she changes the way that she usually talks. Her voice is softer. She thinks for a change. For a change, she's thinking before she speaks. And it's a lot better for Leakage when Janie is being asked a question she didn't expect, rather than presenting an audio script, if you will. It's setting in YouTube, drop studio. Oh, I balance. Yeah, I gotta listen to. I guess I have to ask you sometime what. No, can't. That's my option. I have to. I just realized how before I make the video, or while the video, I can change it right now. On the bottom left, I can click on it and I can choose subscriber, or anybody can comment. And I can choose how long they must have been subscribers. Today I did any, you can subscribe and immediately chat, right? That's the option I chose today. Yesterday was 20 minutes because people who want to troll, they usually don't have the 20-minute patience that it requires for them to wait until they're able to leave their drive-bys. So Robin, she may have heard Mike mimic. Yes, Laurie Lynn. I'm 100%. I'm pretty not 100%. I'm sure that she heard. I'm sure Janie heard Mike. I heard Mike Damon. And if that bastard thinks I'm gonna keep talking like that, yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, they all listen. Daniel, Logan, they off and on. They're listening to me. I doubt Janie is listening to anything. I doubt she's listening to anybody. I believe that she went along the Durwood Daniel script, along with it in the beginning, but it's not her script. So she's tripping. No, they didn't go in the woods. No, I didn't hear a shush sound. That was Belinda who said it. No, Belinda got it from whom? She got it first from Daniel. And then there was a phone call between Belinda, according to Belinda, whom I believe, between Belinda and Janie, where Janie confirmed it. Can you believe that? Lying to Belinda and later claiming that she came up with that rumor when all she did was repeat what you told her? That's the level to which they stoop, guys. That's the level to which Janie stoops. Unbelievable, right? That's a pattern we need to remember. Because we zoom in more and more. And now it doesn't even take anything out of me to analyze them because it is so, the pattern is always the same. The pattern remains, people. Fluffy is stuck with Nutter. Oh my God. Premeditated, you mean what was done on Thursday night to Jack and Lilly? I don't think so. I don't think there is no, okay, let me say it like this. There is no leakage that indicates premeditation. There's nothing linguistic that I can go by that indicates that they plan to get rid of Jack and Lilly. Nothing. If I see something that makes me think or consider otherwise, I will look at it, guys. This is all about filling in the blanks, but so far they have been consistent. And everything has consistently pointed towards Thursday night, 8 to 10, something happened that wasn't expected to happen. Thank you, Carol Johnson. Thank you very much. I appreciate when, wow. The boot print was next to the bear print. Really? It was on the scanner? Oh my God, man. Guys, I don't even... If anything stands out on the scanner, always feel free to message me, people. Because, and I'm saying that because some of you have asked me, actually, how can I help you more? What can I look at? So before I forget, I am going to... Carol Johansson, I love what you say. Because that's how I felt about Peter Hyatt. Where I also thought, man, does he even know how much he's doing for others? You know what I mean? But you see, I'm passing on what I learned and I don't get sidetracked. That's the most important thing. And that's why sometimes I'm missing very important statements, but I cannot allow myself to listen to drunk turkey or too much of, when Crime and Shame, when it goes into my ex-husband and all of this, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm a click, I move on quickly. And there are always chances that I miss some important stuff. And that is so essential that those of you, and use your intuition, use what you learn with plants, apply it. And if it's nothing, it's nothing. But like I said, I'm getting messages where I get 10 screenshots, nothing, and all of a sudden there's that one that makes a huge difference. So you never know. You never know what you're sitting on that you may assume that I already know about, but I may not. You know what I mean? I may not. Free Fluffy Wolf. Yeah, Free Fluffy is it. Today I got all your Free Fluffy. I got many more Free Fluffy images, guys. And Janie's got I got a lot of them. I will use them. But you know what? I figured I'm gonna start. I don't want to spend time with. I'm just today. My thumbnail is from that statement from Daniel. So, I think that makes more sense for me to use as a thumbnail than spend 20 minutes on a thumbnail and try to be artsy and get attention and all of that. That's not really, that's not my flow. Anyways, she brings awareness, but can't stand when creators go off rack. Dolly does it a lot too. Yeah, I cannot stand getting sidetracked, people. I cannot stand it. Okay.
Truthful, and that at that time, police did not believe Lilly and Jack's disappearance was a criminal act. Another key thing that came.
Bullshit. Complete bullshit. Daniel told us. They interrogated him and said, "We know you killed Jack and Lilly."
Out in the documents is this pink blanket that has come up in other stories we've reported on. And the key thing about this pink blanket is that it was found a kilometer from the trailer where Jack and Lilly disappeared from, and it's perhaps the only physical clue in the case. So what's interesting is that Malaya's sister found this blanket along with 2 other family members the day.
That was Haley, right? But Logan said she was 2 seconds behind her. What does that mean, 2 seconds behind? Did she shadow them to see if they would find something? Because why would she be 2 seconds? Why would she not search along with them? And if they're searching one area, why won't she and her team go into a different area? Why would all of them search in the same place? And why was there a certain distance? Did she shadow them from a little bit of a distance? What exactly did she see? What did you see, Logan? Logan, I know you're watching once in a while. You commented the other day. If you find it in your heart to comment again, tell me exactly in this comment section. Okay, tell me, were you there? Were you walking from somewhere just getting to the area? And did you see them? And did you see the blanket already there? What did you see, Logan? If you are interested, as you claim, in finding out what happened, or if you want to do the right thing, then give me this piece of information. We have nothing. There is so much that we still need. You know what I mean? So let's be cool. And Logan was following or possibly even directing. Why would the searchers have not found it if it had been there the whole time? Well, that's a good point. Because if they found a boot print the first day, but then again, guys, how blatant would that be? That's why my thought was initially it was the wind that blew it. But when was the blanket found? On Friday, 4 p.m. But they had already, what time did they find the boot print? Sorry, Grandel, but if you remember, Mike, we don't have the video of the whole panda. That was just what somebody had sent us. Okay. That's true. That's exactly my point, Carol. No, Artemisia? No, not well, Artemisia, listen. We have two stories. According to Logan, the blanket was found on Saturday, right? Because Daniel didn't find out until Malaya was already gone, according to her, which is also a lie, right? But the document said it was found Friday around 4 p.m. That's what the police document said. But at the same time, they also got the street wrong, and they said it was Lansdowne Station Road, not Lansdowne Road. So which is it? I'm having these two possibilities in my mind here, and I can't get a straight factual answer. Unreal, dudes. Yeah, for the blanket, not a boot print, absolutely. Yeah, boot print was found by searchers on first day, but I think the RCMP found the one in the driveway both day. Day one, yeah. Grendel, do you remember by any chance around what time of the day the boot print was found? I'm sorry if you already answered because I look at the chat, but blanket was found. Well, according to the police document, it was day one, but I wouldn't be surprised if they got this wrong too. You see what I mean? Because according to Logan, it was day two. And why would she lie so blatantly? They cannot remember their lies. Who could when you've told that many lies? I know. But like I said, Janie has a reason for that too. She has an excuse. If you give so many interviews. Yeah, Grandel, that's what I thought too. So the document, the police document, is a joke. It's a complete joke. They got the street name wrong. But Kent, I thought that this blanket, okay, that was not the blanket in the window, as I said in the beginning, the pink one. But the other half, I thought they said they used it to put on the bottom of the door to keep the wind from blowing in, right? I think that's what I remember.
The children were reported missing in the afternoon. And
okay, wait.
Daniel originally said the key thing about this pink blanket is that it was found a kilometer from the trailer where Jack and Lilly disappeared from, and it's perhaps the only physical clue in the case. So what's interesting is that Malaya's sister found this blanket along with 2 other family members, the day the children were reported missing in the afternoon.
In the afternoon, okay.
And
Listen to this. She says the blanket was found on Friday. Ain't that the trip? Logan said Daniel had no idea the blanket was missing until he came back. And when he came back, Malaya had already left. So which is it? Of course, I believe in this particular case, why would Logan lie so blatantly? If, you don't lie about facts that the police has. You know what I'm saying? Even Janie doesn't do that. She knows it can be proven, and it has been discovered what time exactly she and her brother had a phone conversation. So she makes sure to keep that in mind. She makes sure to get this extremely accurate. 8:48 a.m. Not p.m. a.m. Why would you say something that pisses off the cops when they say, oh my God, she's lying, blatantly lying? You know what I mean? That would make no sense to me whatsoever. I mean, zip, zero, zilch, nada, period. Why would Logan do that? Why? She says the first day of the search the blanket found. But you know what? I take you lightly, especially with the last article that you wrote.
Daniel originally said that blanket was not Lily's. Malaya said the blanket was Lily's. Then Daniel.
What a surprise. Lily's blanket a kilometer away. What are we supposed to think? Lilly took her blanket and walked a kilometer? Do children walk at 6 years old? 4 years old. Does a 4-year-old walk a kilometer? Not my daughter when she was 4. Even when I parked 80 yards from the playground, that was too much for her. She complained that she had to walk that far.
Suggested that the people who found the blanket planted it. So
Daniel suggested that they planted it.
I spoke with Malaya's sister, Haley Ferdinand, who found the blanket, and she denies having planted anything.
We most certainly did not. And that's on everything I have, the person I am. I would not do that in the midst of to obstruct a case for missing children, regardless if they're related to me or not. I would never. So
why do you think Daniel is suggesting that you planted it? He told that to me as well.
Probably because I was the one that was hot on his ass the whole time we were there. Okay. And he didn't like me from the get-go when I got there because he would not speak to any of Malaya's family when we showed up to help the search with Lily and Jack. He would put his head down. He would ignore us. He would walk away from us. He wouldn't engage in conversation, and I kept at him.
And mind you, when there's an accusation and you have already answered the question several times, it is not uncommon to get more into detail, because what we want to do always is get the first one, right? Like the first time she was confronted with this allegation. So I agree with A Balance here, actually. I most certainly did not. It's not unreliable, people. It's more than saying I didn't, but it's a strong linguistic commitment, I think, actually, for somebody who has already answered the question in the past and gets tired of the same accusation. So we want to have a very short, reliable denial, but she may have given that in the beginning when she was first asked about it.
I was there for Jack and Lily, and I'm still.
It was a direct answer, A Balance. I agree with you, absolutely.
Here for Jack and Lily.
No, I did not, Grendel. She states they got home that night at 8:30 and texts Sunny that they got home at 3:30. Really? Showing Sunny her Google map trip. The document Malaya's interrogation. She states they got home that night 8:30. What night? You mean at on Thursday? Are you kidding me? 9:30? No, that was you mean Wednesday or Thursday? I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Wednesday, yeah, okay. I thought it was after 10. Janie said it was like 10:20, right? And she said, I asked, what are you doing so late? And Daniel said, I would have come home a lot earlier. Daniel was sitting in the car supposedly the whole time Malaya did the laundry. Remember that one? Why? Well, maybe he's not welcome around Cindy. I would say that. So when Logan and Daniel talk bad about Cindy, it is because there was tension to begin with. And Cindy probably said, you know, what the hell are you doing there with him? What are you doing in this trailer with this maniac? Why in December did you change your mind? We got you the U-Haul, we got you everything. That's why Wade seemed so resigned. Resigned is the right term, I believe, in the case of Wade. So he actually welcomed a stranger to talk to about this, you know, not knowing he was being recorded. But I appreciate what Wade actually did. And I believe that it was a relief for him at the beginning with all the garbage that's going on, being instructed not to talk to anybody. That's not easy for somebody who's talkative. And I believe he's a natural born talkative guy. If you believe that, how was he sitting in the car the whole time when Malaya took to get a license plate? Okay, so he sat in the car, he didn't want to be. There's a reason for that, you know what I mean? There's a reason if you're with your loved one and you meet the family, and even if people don't get along, they'd be like, okay, get in the house, get some water, get some coffee, hang out, chill out, watch some TV, say hi to Wade. But he avoided these people, man, I believe. And that's a long time that she did laundry, right? Well, that's a strange family dynamic, to say the least. Understatement.
We're not sure what all of this means, but it's very interesting information and perhaps the only physical clue that the public knows about at this point. And that blanket, police have told us, has been sent for forensic testing.
Yeah, 4 months ago. Man, I didn't know it was so difficult in Canada to get some information, man. Holy crap, you know, why don't we know anything? Why don't they at least try to make us think that, you know, I mean, holy crap, dudes. Holy crap, man.
Oh gosh, I've not just gone back and forth to the community, but I've gone to many other parts of the province where people that are related to these children live. And sometimes that's just a door knocking mission that may or may not pan out.
And that's one of the challenges with these stories. You can't force people to talk. And we were able to find Malaya's father. So this is the grandfather of Jack and Lilly. We found him through...
Did I miss Haley? Oh, no, she talked about... Okay, no, I didn't. Wait. I thought she was going to come back.
An address we obtained from a parking ticket he had in Halifax, right? And got an address outside of Sabanakani First Nation and went and knocked on his door. And
So this is Henry Brooks. Remember in the beginning, we saw him comment on Malaya's profile where he said, I'm a tracker baby. Why didn't you tell me when this first happened? And he claims he didn't find out until much later. That would mean he found out after I found out.
he was happy to talk.
I didn't hear about this that happened on a Friday. I didn't hear
Henry Brooks, Malaya's father. I didn't.
nothing until like a Sunday.
Oh, geez.
Sunday, I heard about it on Saturday. Right? I think. So how did you, well, it's possible if you live out in the boonies and you don't use internet regularly, I guess. But I mean, why didn't you hear about it until Sunday? Strange, right? Artemisia, really? Tint did? Holy crap. I don't even want to repeat this here because YouTube doesn't like me saying these things, but look at Artemisia's comments about Tint. Wow, I had no idea. And of course, you know, disclaimer, everything that's said in chat is people's opinions and blah, 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 blah. Okay, wow. Those in chat know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was really upset.
Have you been interviewed? Like, if the police come and asked? I mean,
Nope.
nothing. eh? What
Never asked me anything.
What do you remember about the kids?
Kids, they were happy.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Yeah.
Yes. Every time I seen them,
They were happy to be out of the trailer.
they always lived at their grandmother's in Truro.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. Well, at their great grandmother's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
At Patty Carter's. That's where I used to go visit.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Until this guy moved him away. And that was the last time I seen him.
Until this guy moved him away. Daniel, yeah.
So he took us to his mother's house, Connie Brooks, in Indian Brook. It's part of Spaganagity First Nation. So we went to her home and we saw family photos all over the wall, some of Lilly and Jack, some of Malaya as a child.
Yeah.
When's the last time that you got to see Lilly and Jack?
I seen Lily last year when she brought her up here. That's the last time I seen Lily.
Yeah, whatever you have. I mean, if you have any, yes, Charmaine, unless I hear it from Patty's, it's not reliable. Yep. I'm scrolling up a little bit. Wolf, let me see what you said. Yeah, I lose it. I'll get back to it, people.
Yeah. That's when they took them pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did Lilly and Jack ever learn anything about their Mi'kmaq heritage?
No, because they lived off the reserve.
Okay.
Who is that? The grandma? Wait.
It's part of Spaganagity First Nation. So we went to her home and we saw family photos all over the wall, some of Lilly and Jack, some of Malaya.
Sorry, guys.
Outside of Sabanaki first.
What do you remember about the kids? I got you. Okay.
Yeah. Well, at your great grand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That Patty Carter's. That's where I used to go visit.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Until this guy moved him away. And that was the last time I seen him.
And so he took us to his mother's house, Connie Brooks, in Indian Brook. It's part of Spaganagity First Nation. So we went to her home and we saw family photos all over the wall, some of Lilly and Jack, some of Malaya as a child.
Yeah.
When's the last time that you got to see Lilly and Jack?
I seen Lily last year when she brought her up here. That's the last time I seen Lily.
Okay.
Yeah. We had, that's when I took them pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did Lilly and Jack ever learn anything about their Mi'kmaq heritage?
No, because they lived off the reserve.
Okay.
They didn't. They come up occasionally, whatever she brings them up in vision. Yeah.
She brought them up, and did you show them anything?
Yeah, we showed them everything, and then, you know.
And Connie Brooks told us some interesting information. Malaya had been there to get her status card updated. So she is a member of the First Nation. And she visited her grandmother and other relatives. And her grandmother asked her about her relationship with Daniel Martel.
Oh, okay.
She don't know what I asked her. Did he hurt you?
Wow.
She didn't really say he hurt her, but he held her down. He held her down and took her phone on her, and she couldn't talk. She couldn't use the phone.
Okay, so this article was, I think, was it before or after Malaya talked to Sunny? That's my question right now, if you guys remember that timeline. Malaya, remember this big article when it came out? It was, I think this article was before Malaya told Sunny that Daniel held her down. And this is important to me because this may be why she felt comfortable talking about this to Sunny, because she knew the cat was out of the bag already. So it wasn't that it was not that was pretty upset on Saturday, but she was definitely Patty was pretty upset on Saturday, but she was definitely in her right mind. Got you, Linda. Thank you. I got you. Because and listen to why it's so important to me, people. That would mean it wasn't something new that Malaya said to Sunny. It would mean that she had two options. Either she would admit to something that's already on the record, or she would call her grandmother a liar, right? Because her grandmother is saying that she said that Daniel held her down and she couldn't talk on the phone, couldn't use the phone. So Malaya does not have a pattern of talking and saying, hey, Sunny, I like you. Okay, cool. Okay, yes, he did this, he did that. Yes, he did. But she also admitted, she said he picked on Jack, which tells me the black eyes come from Daniel, because she does not volunteer information. She reacts to it. While she's trying to water it down by saying he picked on Jack, she actually admits something here. she actually indicates the source of the black eyes. Logan did that quite a bit when asked about how the life was in the trailer. While she is trying to make Daniel look good, she actually told us he was a problem when she said he had proven himself again and again. Wait a minute. Why did he have to prove himself? And what do you mean again and again? That's when I changed my mind, people. Before, I was very undecided. Was it Malaya? Was it Daniel? Was it the mother? At the time, I thought the brother had lived there. We were misinformed. Was it him? I have no idea. But when Logan gave us that statement, that's when I immediately zoomed in on Daniel. Because so many times she tried to, you see, Daniel, this is a step. This is all very systematic what I'm doing. I'm not jumping the gun on anything. I'm not saying he looks guilty because he seems high. I'm not doing that. Logan, your cousin, thinking she's very bright. Her statements leaked information. And what she leaked was, you were the problem. You see, Logan, that's why you say, I took your statement to pieces and pieced it together. Because you're perplexed that somebody is able to recognize what was on your mind, that you were trying not to say. And the harder you try not to say it, the more likely you're going to say it. You're going to leak it. It's a brain overload. And it frees you to leak a little bit here and there.
Yeah, I mean, we can't remove that. The kids, they have indigenous heritage, and they're on their mother's side. Their grandfather is a member of the Mi'kmaq community. The kids do not have official status with that community, but certainly the Mi'kmaq community has been involved in the search and providing legal assistance to their mother. So it is.
In what search? This guy is such an ass washer, seriously. Remember what his statements were before?
It's a part of the story.
I do see the case as connected to missing and murdered Indigenous women and children because...
No. This is a very different thing. But thanks for the attempt to, bring in a topic that you think will get more people to pay attention to you, even though it makes no sense.
Well, for one, Malaya's father brought that very issue up to us and was wearing an orange shirt to raise awareness about missing children. And while there hasn't been a specific women and children because, well, for one, Malaya's father brought that very issue up to us and was wearing an orange shirt to raise awareness about missing children. And while there hasn't been a specific outcry about it, I think one thing to consider is that children going missing or being murdered
they were not on the reservation. They were not around a tribe. They were stuck in the trailer of a bitter old Scottish heritage woman. It has nothing to do with indigenous. Yeah, but thank you, Belinda. Absolutely not, man. But as journalists, they love these topics. You know what I mean? Oh, it's going to get some attention. They don't care about finding out what the truth is in the end. They care about whatever makes them shine at their job. Wow, man. Shalom, Danielle. Malaya played no part in being indigenous. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's a different issue, Kent. Indigenous children going missing. I don't know anything about it, but it has nothing to do here with Jack and Lilly. That's not what it's about at all. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see. Anyways, let me go.
Happens more often to Indigenous kids statistically, and so you can't.
And you can bring awareness to this in a different article or as a journalist, but this is not, you're trying to connect it to Jack and Lilly, and I don't see it.
Disconnect that these children have gone missing for this long with no answers from their Indigenous heritage.
What the hell are you talking about here? I guess that's it. I don't need her to say goodbye. Okay, thank you for listening. Please keep in mind that blah, 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 blah. I don't need anything more. And what's this Hidden in the Fog? Okay, that was from Hidden in the Fog, right? What I played before. Okay, I got Ninjas here. Is there anything else that I missed when it comes to Janie speaking? Complete garbage. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. They love to mix topics together that get them attention. That's what journalists do, right? We all have our jobs. You want to see Fluffy? The Fluffy artwork? No, I'll show you later. Okay, I'll show you. But I think with Belinda being here, I don't want to make this about Fluffy. You know what I mean? I do at the end. I'll use I love what you guys have sent to me. Is there anything here? Guys, watch the chat. It's very informative. Thank you, Wolf. Thank you so much. I look forward to it. I'm going to get some coffee and then I'm going to check my emails while you guys will listen to this. And I cannot promise there's anything good here. I haven't listened to it. And I figure that I do it with you together because maybe you will notice something that I don't.
So it would appear that at least one cadaver dog has been out at Daniel and Janie's at 1408 Gerlach Road and has not located anything. We have not heard any confirmation from any authority or CMP as to whether they have concluded that search with cadaver dogs in total or what other sites the cadaver.
I don't like her voice at all. Period. What else we got? Let me see your comments now. Oh yeah, my email. Huh? Oh my God, people. This is really, I don't even know what to say, man. But there are a lot of people who don't do their jobs, be it law enforcement, be it the journalists, and if things are government controlled, if the media is government controlled and the police is and the CPS is, well, what you expect, right? And no, I'm not going to go into conspiracy theories here, but I just find it interesting when you follow the money, and you look at the CPS failure. So I immediately, when I see CPS, I'm thinking, oh, I hope the cops will do their job, because this will not go well. This will not go well for them if people find out that CPS failure resulted in 2 children going missing. You know what I mean? That would mean faith in law enforcement and the agencies. Nothing wrong with the title, right? With a little lightheartedness. Okay, lightheartedness, you mean free fluffy? All right, I'll do free fluffy. Oh God, I didn't download all the free fluffy pictures. But I have 2. I have 2 to get to. Where are we? Well, I will use it in the future. I already decided on this thumbnail right now because of Daniel's statement. And it makes it easy for people to see immediately, you know, this is what I'm going to, this is what I'm referring to when I say who's lying. You know, plats free. Maybe I do some more plats. Maybe I'm going to do priorities, leakage. To the person who sent it to me, maybe if you add priorities, leakage, avoidance, intentions, deception, and sensitivities, and then so free fluffy, I think that would be good. Just a variation of the beautiful logo that one of you has already made for me. You know what I mean? Free fluffy from another. Oh my God. Not all cups, but top cups. And Kent, I have a question for you if you don't mind. Not me, Kent. Danielle in the chat has I know Danielle. Yep, I know about these things. I don't talk about them too much, but I know about some things. What lady? Oh my God. Too many words may visually distract. But Kent, if you're around in chat, Danielle has a question for you. Because why are we here? We're here to clarify. Oh, will I adopt Tucker? Not in the building where I have my condo. I can't, man. But I know people who, yeah, I know people. I would, absolutely, absolutely. I would adopt Tucker and rename him officially to, wow, that'd be cool, kind of, man. You know what? I would auction him, not auction, for charity, yeah. Or I would give him away to somebody who has a big piece of land where he can run around. You know what I mean? He wouldn't like it where I live. Too many people, too crowded. And I don't like seeing dogs on a leash anyways. I love it when I see animals running around, you know what I mean? Kent, the question is right there below you saying I didn't see her question. Kent, do you know anything about an F-150 that was used in the process that night? I heard it was destroyed afterwards due to DNA. I didn't know about that. I didn't hear about it. Yeah. I would give Tucker to one of you. Because some of you, I believe, have probably a big piece of land somewhere or live a little out in the country. And Ken says, Danielle, I don't know. Danielle, no, I don't know anything about an F-150 that Daniel owned or anything. Can't help you. That's Ken's answer for Danielle's question. Tucker looks sad, man. Look at him. Doesn't he look sad? He looks exhausted. He wasn't born to be stuck in a freaking trailer, man. The dog is real. That's from the interview. Remember? Oh God, now I'm getting, wow. Yeah, Robin, I got your message. Wait, guys, give me 1 second here. I had to listen to a couple of messages. More and more people send me voice messages. Durwood had an old truck, well, not old, 2014, while he was fixing the engine in his Equinox. The Equinox is a vehicle. The F-150 was his buddy's. It was like 2014. That's what Ken said here in the chat. Guys, I noticed, by the way, I was looking at my chat last night after my live and couldn't access it. But after a while, the chat will come on. So I guess the videos are processing after my Durwood mentioned about having to live in his truck after Logan's grandmother kicked him out. Logan's grandmother? How old is she and how old is Durwood? Durwood must be what? I guess. You know what? I cannot tell, man. I would have thought Janie looked a lot older than 60. But in the picture from a few years ago, she looked completely like a different person. Like a lot younger, you know what I mean? So, Ken, do you know who he bought it from by chance? Good question. The chat is happening, guys. So if you're watching this on replay, make sure you open the panel, because that is now the best part. Because this is when people are filling in the blanks, because they can openly ask questions in my chat that they cannot do anywhere else, because they get blocked and banned and all of this crap. In my opinion, Malaya knows they will keep her out of being held accountable. Yes, Belinda, I think so too. I think she's so protected by her tribe. And if anything fails, she can also play the victim card and the mental health card and all. She has a mental health record, right? So I don't think she will be held accountable for anything. Ken says, Chelsea, what Warren bought one from, I don't know. If he bought, can you find out? Yeah, Logan's mom. Who dated Durwood? Logan's mom or Logan's grandma? But how old is Logan? 40 or 35? Is she same the age? I don't know. She will love that I guessed her at 40. Yeah, I know. I'm not guessing your weight. Anyhow, grandma. Logan's grandma. Logan is young, yeah. That's true. She's maybe early 30s, right? Yeah, she's young. I was actually kidding, man, when I said 40. I know she's younger. I said it because I knew she wouldn't like it. Yes, you don't look 40, Logan. I agree. The person that Darren was dating is not Logan's mother, as far as I know. So I can't, well, you can't comment on it. Wait, you want me to analyze this, Kent? The person that Darren was dating is not Logan's mother. This statement indicates you know who he was dating, as far as I know. So I can't comment on that. Because you said the person that Logan was dating, that person, that means there's somebody on your mind that you know. But no, I'm not asking. This is not the most important thing. Who well, I guess it could be important who Durwood was dating, right? Or whom he is close to. Why he feels so connected to Daniel, and you know, he feels very, very comfortable with Daniel. Did Janie have a brother that was staying with her too? Okay, the brothers are Harvey, right? Harvey and another brother. Oh, that's the thing, man. And I'm not doxing anybody. I got to listen to this. Okay, where the star is located. Did I spend enough time showing this to you guys? Maybe not. So who owns the properties right where the star was found at McLeod Bridge? I want to get back to this for just 1 second, man. And I'm going to have to delete all of the stuff that I have here. Oh my goodness. Give me a second, people. Oh, Harvey Allen Mackenzie owns another property here too. Is it Scalark? Or is that the one? He owns this one by the river, Middle Pictou River. What street is that? McLeod? Okay. He owns this one too. This is McLeod, and this is Middle Pictou. This is a bridge. And this property is owned by another one of Janie's brothers. I showed it to you quickly another day. Which grandmother? Kent is answering questions right now in chat. If you're wondering what's going on here, you see a black screen and nothing is happening. Well, things are happening in chat. And every time, more and more, the chat gets busy with good questions here and there. Clarifications in a case where we have so much to guess and so little to go by. The blanket, 4 months ago, forensically examined. We don't know anything about the results. Nothing. Crazy, right? Really, really crazy. Okay, I show it to you guys right now. Thank you, Magdalena. Question: does anyone know if cadaver dogs searched Malaya's car yet? Are they going to? Daniel said he used Malaya's car to search for Lilly and Jack. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Does anybody know? Does anybody know? But I don't think anybody knows unless they really are connected to the cops. And are they searching right now? Are they searching today? What are they doing? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the problem, Kent. Yeah, I'm not making this about native tribes people at all. And it was Durwood who made that claim. Let's not remember. Belinda only called there to clarify. It was Durwood's claim. Only his claim, people. And the kids were taken to Michelle Glasgow. If you hear anything, if you ever check on it, you know, if anybody is connected to her, let's make this thing very clear. So Harvey Allen Mackenzie owns the property right here by the McLeod Bridge where that star was found. And one of you found allegedly two pieces of soap and 2 blue recycling bags. That's why, Belinda, if you're here, did you see blue recycling bags in the house when you saw all the recycling stuff? Just figured I ask. Mike and everybody ran with Durwood's. Yeah, they all ran with Durwood's lies, all of them. That's when I stopped taking these channels seriously at all. You know what I mean? Because I didn't give him the time of day, period. Justin from Clutched and Pearls, all of them. And then they brag about, oh, I think he, you know, all of them ran with it. I did not even mention his name until very recently. Because if it's deception overload, can you confirm that Daniel had seized and towed and was at Malaya's old car? Okay, Kent, since you're here, most Nova Scotians have blue bags. Yeah, sorry, Charles, I agree. I understand. Disregard. Strike that, Your Honor. Kent, what have you heard about the towing? Let's clarify this if we can. Was a car towed? I don't remember blue, but plenty of clear ones. Got you, Belinda. Thank you. Kent, do you know, or can you find out, was his car towed? And if, was it towed from the house, or was he driving, pulled over randomly, and they realized he had no license and no insurance, and they towed the car then? Yeah, Charles, she just commented, yes, clear ones, got you. While you guys are in chat, so this is Harvey right there So this is a spot that Daniel was familiar with, probably, right here at the bridge. Right? I showed you the pictures before. Let me see what I can access here. If I have all the, not important, the other, I just want to show the picture. You see everything I already pointed out previously, but I didn't spend a lot of time on it. So, oh my goodness. This is where one of you spotted allegedly 2 bars of soap and the recycling bags right there at that property, McLeod Road Bridge. I would check it right now. Okay. Oh yeah. Here we go. One moment. All right. Checking my messages, guys. I think he looks sad. Oh, I didn't see the answer. I will have to scroll up here. Scroll up. All I heard, Mike, is the car was towed Thursday, but I've seen several reports on other YouTube channels today. I don't know why or where it was towed. I got you. Well, I don't care about these channels too much, Ken, because sometimes they get it right, sometimes they don't, but you are probably the one who would be able to, get the information firsthand if you wish to do so. Exactly, they wouldn't tell it towed from the driveway. It would probably have to be being driven on the roadway. Well, they can't pull you over on your property, and if you have no license and no insurance, if a car's on your property, that's, then what's the problem? But still, you heard on Thursday it was towed. That was what? 4 days? Wait a minute. That was a while ago on Thursday? Yeah, it wouldn't be Malaya's car. But how about Justin's car? And go to Malaya and sniff her car. Just thinking out loud, people. Thinking out loud. You know? Feel free to do that, Julia. Exactly. I mean, somebody's lying here. Let's go back to the initial thing that I showed you guys in the beginning. Sorry, Fluffy. Let's go back to what I initially put up here, guys, okay? I'm gonna delete all this crap. What the hell is going on? Because, and this is why I'm asking Kent. First, we have this here. Check this out. Daniel said no cars were towed. But of course, it's not a reliable statement because we're talking about one car, not cars plural. So it's a little bit easier to lie when you know, Daniel said, Kent, that no cars were towed. This is why I figure that you may be the one who can shine some light on this. No cars were towed. That's what Daniel said. And Drunk Turkey, who I don't care about either way, you know, but that, you see, I don't even want to give that, I don't even want to go there. It doesn't matter what he says. What matters is what Kent, Daniel says. And Daniel says no cars were towed. And the reason I'm so interested in this is because everybody has a different pattern when it comes to lying, potentially lying. So if he's not telling the truth, or only part truth, then that can help us when we look at his other statements. And ask ourselves, is he telling the truth here? Is he not? Is that reliable? Is it a giveaway? Is there avoidance? You know what I mean? So, of course, I'm curious about this. And I'll be back in 1 second, guys. Uno minuto. And those of you who come late, we are getting a lot of things clarified in chat today. A lot of things. But if you can't, you heard it on Thursday. Well, do I need to say more? Daniel denies it. But guess what, Daniel? I'm not nitpicking. I'm only zooming in on whatever you tell us, you know? Which is it? Thank you very much. Oh, hang in there, buddy. Yeah, I just saw that too. I can't stand this fake accounts, man. I heard the vehicle was towed on Thursday, but I heard it Saturday, and yes, they could tow it from your property, but not for no insurance. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Kent. I was thinking that there's no coincidence. And that was my topic in the very beginning. That's not a coincidence. So they may have towed it because they want the dogs to examine it. Whether or not they actually will do it is another question, but come on, man. How long has he been driving without a license? And more than anything, how long has he been driving without an insurance? Does Janie have insurance? Oh, Belinda, yes, Belinda and Charles, a good question from Magdalena Marsland. Good question. Will you be getting updates, information about cadaver dog progress? And Ken says, I've seen that, Mike. I was watching earlier, but I can't tell you anything that I don't know. I agree. I got you. I told you what I know. Got it. Since you're here, I figured that I don't need to listen to any of these, not to my knowledge, Charles. Yeah. From what I understand, Charles, Charles is not getting any updates, and your mom neither, right? I don't believe so, Mike. Yeah. Belinda also. I don't think they are giving them information right now. Sad but true, because Belinda should be the one who gets information and gets updated frequently. They should give her a call whenever something new is happening, right? They should inform them what they're doing, but they don't feel like they have to. That's the crazy thing. It's different in the US. They come on once in a while and they bullshit you maybe, but they try to keep people at ease. Doesn't mean, and again, everything the police states, whenever they have official statements, there's so much deception also in political speeches. It's a part of it, right? So we don't always I'm not sure what you guys are referring to. But I am watching. This is good, this chat conversation. And thank you, Kent, for your clarifications, and everybody else. And Chalsa and Belinda, of course, very much appreciate that you're available for the right questions. So this is not really about me talking, but much rather I do what I like to do, which is be able to ask the right questions. You know what I mean? Because we don't get answers. We don't get the answers that we're looking for. Because Belinda says, yes, Malaya and even Daniel has a way of getting info. Canada's justice system sucks. That's what Belinda just said. You know why? Take a guess. Well, give me a second. Kent said, Danielle, I don't know if it's the Concord Road Bridge or not, but there is a bridge going to Daniels that is closed. There was 4 bridges across Pictou County closed that week, but that's all. Okay. Laurie Green, Mike, the police will only contact Malaya as yet, as it has not changed to a criminal case. Okay, but why do they contact Daniel? Was Daniel officially their stepfather? No. Okay, their guardian? I know Daniel is very persistent. You know what I mean? He says he's trying to meet with them 3 times a week. Why? You're not offering... No, Mike, vehicle. I got you. Thank you, Kent. Okay, Kent said the vehicle was towed on Thursday and he heard about it on Saturday. That's what Kent said. just now. And Daniel, in his unreliable denial, no cars were towed. Technically, it's not a lie, and that's what people often choose. Cars, plural. We are not talking about cars. We are talking about one car. You know what I mean? One car. It's easier to lie when you keep things vague. Remember when they asked in one of those chats, Janie, whose car was the 5-speed that the neighbor heard? And she said something like no cars or no 5, you know what I mean? Keep it very short. Also unreliable denial. So this little mistake, and by the way, being vague, my car was not towed. That would be reliable. Police said they were in contact with one blood relative. They did not say who. That would be Malaya. You know what I mean? Daniel doesn't have any legal rights to them that I'm aware of. Yeah, you're right. Daniel has no legal rights, right? Got you, people. So the reason I am still up here, it's cool. It's longer than planned. And as long as the chat is happening, guys, I will keep this on. So don't feel obligated to stick around if you're tired or, well, it's not that late anyways, but whatever good I remember from this chat, I will bring up again and again later on to speak about it, to let you guys know what stood out to me. Well, if he's feeding you information, if Daniel is feeding you real information, well, it doesn't matter what he's feeding us. Because when you analyze the statements, he gives you us information. That's what Logan, I think, is starting to understand. How do I know what she really said? I think it's coming to her. You're welcome, Logan. That I spent a lot of time. And I knew you wouldn't get it the first time, but I knew that the simplicity of statement analysis does get through to people. So, but don't blame me for the statements you've made. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Okay, this is good. I got your message. I'll go back to the statement in a minute, but this is free fluffy. Zoom out. I think this is pretty good. I will use it in an upcoming one. Not this one, because I have to make sure that Stan Daniel's statement is, I'll hold him to it. I want to know about the car. I want to know details as much as possible. And then we can say, Daniel, why did you lie? Wait, don't make it sound like we are making things up or we are targeting you. In the beginning, I was not sure whom to look at. Thank you, Cousin Logan. Thank you, Daniela. Yes, I love this image too. That's a good fluffy poster. I love it. Free fluffy. All right, I'll show you again. I like it too. I think this is the one, dude. Let me check. Because it has the information of plaids too. It's a good reminder of what we have to look at when we analyze. I love it. In my next live, you're going to see it. This is good, actually. Yeah, you know what? If you're in a chat where they ban people, just do hashtag free fluffy. You know? So we all know what it's about. Me too. And red is the best color to get attention. But I will keep this on. I will do that, Ilyanka. Yeah, I will use the hashtag in the titles. That's true. But I missed the question also, Danielle. I don't know if Kent is going to answer here or not, or in private to me maybe. But definitely, Kent, if you find anything out about the towing, well, I mean, I say it straight up, how why I need it, why I want it, and it's about the language patterns. Let me look for the question. Kent, one more thing. Does Janie's brother own a salvage yard at all? Or garage for repairs? Got it. Okay, I see the question now. But you know what, people? Now is really the time when I'm wearing out. So I can keep this open. I can keep the chat open. I can continue. I can play a video. It's up to you guys. But expect nothing more from me. This is a point when my attention span drops so rapidly that I I take a rest, guys. You want to see something else, or maybe we missed something from Janie, right? But don't be surprised if I interrupt in the middle and be like, okay, bye. So this is from
appreciated is that support that
and no, I don't want your comment.
My family is originally from here. My brother Ron lives in the homestead, so I grew up here, and my brothers have grown up here. I have 5 brothers and 1 sister. They have grown.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Thank you, guys. I'm going to continue with this one later. Thank you, Kent. Thank you most of all, Belinda and Charles, for being here. Thank you also very much to Charmaine for answering. Okay, Kent says, Danielle, one of her brothers, I couldn't tell you that. I don't think so, being in the cell. Okay, I will check Messenger, guys. Very good night to all of you. Please keep spreading what you learn. Keep informing people, right? Keep informing the people, because love you too, Belinda. Thank you so much. Okay, use free fluffy hashtag and inform people. So when people want real information, they can check for the hashtag free fluffy, and they'll be able to see something that is important, even when the whole world wants to ignore it. Good night. God bless you. And I'll see you next time.